Greetings, algebra students. This is Dr. T here with some words about our vocabulary. I'm borrowing a PowerPoint from Robert Mills. I found this online. It's in a PowerPoint with definitions to some of the terms for linear equations and functions. Now, I'm going to use this. I've modified it just slightly to focus on the definitions. We'll work on the equations and how to generate these numbers for these definitions in another video. So the first definition up, linear equation, that's what this topic is on. It's an equation whose graph is a straight line. And as you can see by this picture, this line is a straight line, and we can describe it using a number of different linear equation formats. And as you already know, we've seen the form, the standard form, the point-slope form, the slope-intercept form. And so we're working with these different versions of a linear equation in class this week and next week. The slope, it can be talked about in three terms. You already know this, I believe, or at least I hope you do because of our work in class. But the slope is a measure of the steepness of a straight line. Remember our handicap ramp activity and how as the steepness increases, it becomes more difficult to go up the ramp, and more dangerous to roll down the ramp, and so we have to kind of mediate that and keep the slope down. It also tells us how fast one variable changes compared with the other, and that's if we use this slope equation, we can see how much the change in y is versus the change in the x. Or we can talk about it in rise over run, is how far up the slope moves as it moves from left to right, as the line moves from left to right. Oh, BTW, like the new cap. Rise, the change between 2 points on a line in an up and down direction. Up and down being vertical. Do we all remember that a vertical line runs up and down? It stands there all nice and proud. And that would be on the y-axis. The run is horizontal, laying there. The change between 2 points on a line in a left to right direction. So as we move from the left side of the graph to the right side of the graph, how much change we get is the run. The x-intercept, we haven't talked about this in class. We're going to be dealing with this in the days to come, is the x value of an ordered pair at the point where a line crosses the x-axis. And it's the x value when the y value is 0. So if you follow the line till it intercepts the x-axis, that is your x-intercept. Or if you have a data table and you have a 0 coordinate for the y, or if you have a 0 in the y spot of a coordinate, then that would also be considered the x-intercept. The y-intercept, you daggone well better already know. It's represented by b in our linear equation. And it is the value of the ordered pair at the point where a line crosses the y-axis. And as you already know, if you're looking at a data table, the coordinate pair where the x is 0, that will be your y-intercept. Now, next up, the slope-intercept form. This is the form of the equation that has the slope and the y-intercept. And as you already know, the m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. The standard form is ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c are integers. And that is why we had to multiply to remove the fractions. And some of you have been struggling with this, and I'm going to try to put together a little bit of an activity for us for the first of the week, so hopefully that will help. Direct variation. We haven't talked about this. Direct variation is when one variable increases, the other variable increases. Or if one variable increases, the other variable, or if one variable decreases, the other variable decreases. In other words, there's a direct relationship between the two variables. Something here might be, at least worth study, would be something like, say, the application of nitrogen and the growth rate of crops. Right. That's really all I've got on these vocabulary for today. I hope you're enjoying your fall break, and if you're waiting till you get back to see this, I hope you enjoyed your fall break. Until I see you in class, have a great day.